YouTube, what's going on? Woody P coming back with another one. Let's get it. You know I gotta keep the fire coming. Let's keep it rolling. Today I want to do a reaction video. Drizzy Drake, he say he ain't having it from Joe Budden. Yes, Drizzy Drake, he viciously attacked Joe Budden in an Instagram post after Joe Budden, you know, he does his podcast, the Joe Budden podcast. He gave his critique on the Drake album, For All the Dogs. He gave his critique and he says Drake needs to mature. He needs to mature his raps. Not rapping anymore, it's more so singing. You know, then these, you know, little kiddie raps he's saying Drake has now, basically. And I have the clip of, you know, Joe Budden, you know, going in on Drake. And I also have the post from Drake, you know, going back at Joe Budden. Yeah, these two going back and forth. They used to go back and forth on the mic as well. They used to go back and forth on the mic as well. Joe Budden dropped like 4 diss tracks at Drake at one point. But yeah, Joe Budden, you know, he does his podcast. If you don't know him, you know, for his podcast, you may know him for his one single, Pump It Up. And if you play video games, you know that was on Madden. That was a big banger in the early to mid 2000s for Joe Budden. But everybody always tease Joe Budden and say that's his one hit. You know, Pump It Up. They say that's his one hit. So, but yeah, Drake, he viciously attacked Joe Budden. I mean, he went for his, this was personal. He went for Joe Budden's soul on this one. But before I, you know, read Drake post, you know, attacking Joe Budden, trying to defend himself, I guess. But I guess that's Joe Budden's job, you know, critique music. Does podcasts now, so that's what we know Joe Budden for. And at one point, Drake wouldn't respond to things like this, but I guess this got under Drake's skin. But let's hear what Joe Budden had to say that made Drizzy Drake say, nah, I'm about to put you in your place. Let's hear what Joe Budden had to say about the album For All the Dogs that just dropped over the weekend. Let's hear what Joe Budden had to say.
If you're reading this is so far gone. Even some of the shit that was on, what was that, Scorpion? More like, what was that, one of them shits? This is like Yachty rapping. This is like he rapping for the children. And that's my, yo dog, I had to look up how old this nigga was when I finished listening to the album. You like 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You only 37 years old. Get the fuck away from some of these younger niggas and stop fucking these 25-year-olds. I'm listening to the album.
You mentioned it.
Why are you still fucking the 25-year-olds? You're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it that you appeal to the world.
Let's stay current.
I get it that you appeal to the
don't wanna
world.
grow
And
up.
part of that is,
like that.
Niggas don't want to grow
but
up.
that's what I'm loving about Cole. Like, my shit is happening in reverse. Like, with Cole, he used to rap about kid shit. I'm a grown-ass, like, real Jersey City nigga. I don't want to hear how you lost your fucking virginity. And then he started to grow up. And then the rapping sounded like an adult rapping. I'm want to hear adult Drake rapping for adult people.
No, you're not gonna hear that.
That's my issue with him today. This nigga was when I finished listening to the album. You like 36. Your birthday is in 20 days. I Googled that too. You only 37 years old. Get the fuck away from some of these younger
Drake's
niggas.
not having it though.
And stop fucking these 25-year-olds. I'm listening to the album.
You mentioned it.
Why are you still fucking the 25-year-olds? You're a 37-year-old billionaire. I get it.
Hear what Joe Budden had to say, you know, going in, giving his critique. But Drake, I could tell he didn't watch the entire podcast because I'm gonna play a clip where Joe Budden, he's giving him his props, saying Drake don't have to, you know, rap anymore. I'm not complaining. I'm just, you know, critiquing this album, you know, at the moment. But he say I have enough Drake records where he doesn't have to rap again. But I know Drake didn't watch the entire podcast. He probably got sent this clip. But this what Drake say. He went in on Joe Budden. He said, you have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you are doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switch careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke, living check to check, and the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty Iniche jeans to screw up their face to mood music. 29 and pretend you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset after the fact. This guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. Wow. He's going for his soul. He's going for Joe Budden's soul. Basically saying you never had a career. You never did anything to even give a critique. That's what Drake's saying in this post. You retired and we never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap not because you accomplished all you need to, it's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in the generations to think that everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need to put it in simpler terms, I own a 757. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions. Wow. But he got under Drake's skin. That's what made Drake, have to post this long paragraph on Instagram. He could have thrown him in a little verse, his next feature or something like that, but he wanted everybody to know this man is a failure at the rap game. This is why he's doing podcasting now. And Drake, you can't go at him you can go at him like that, but at the same time, maybe podcasting was his calling. Everything happened at the right time with the social media and technology, and maybe talking and giving his opinion and critiquing, maybe that's his thing, because he has a lot of followers. If people didn't like what he was saying or he wasn't entertaining, he wouldn't have a following. Let's just be real. We have to be real. But here's a little clip of Joe Budden giving him props, saying you don't have to make another song. I'll still be cool with what I have. Let's hear him out real quick.
He's not.
And I accept that.
I don't know.
I accept that. Listen, he has given me
Enough.
I certainly don't want to sound like I'm sitting here complaining.
Say, I'm not
If he don't make another
giving
song,
my critique on the
I am well fed, pause.
Right, that was my take.
He did it already.
I can hate everything he puts out going forward. I got enough Drake in my iTunes. I'm good.
That's my thing. Like, Joe Budden has a job. That's what he does. He's entertaining. He's doing the hip hop, podcast. So he has to give his critique on the album. He has to. They're going to be critical, but still bumping it at the same time. That's the funny thing. He'll still be bumping the album. He will. But they want Drake to rap, but Drake know what sells. He know what sells. That's why he does his rapping on features, because he doesn't have to worry about the product selling as much, because it's not his product. On features, you really hear him rap now. When it's his own project, he's trying to sell units. He is. And he's going to sell units regardless, but he'll never just rap unless it's like more so features and things like that. But he had J. Cole on the album. J. Cole was going crazy on the album rapping. I heard that verse from J. Cole. He was doing this thing, but Drake go at Joe Budden. He say, enough is enough, huh? Enough is enough. I'm about to expose you to everybody. He exposed him to everybody, I guess. But he could have threw him in a verse. But He say, no, this live and direct. I want everybody to see this post. But let me know what y'all think. Is Drake being sensitive? Is Joe Budden right on his critique? Is, you know, Drake music not maturing? Is Joe Budden right? Let's critique. Two people can be right. That's one thing I've learned in life. Two people can be right. Two wrongs to make a right, but two people can be right. But let me know what y'all think. Drop some down in the comments. Comment, like, subscribe. That's where you can help and share the video. You know I'm gonna keep it rolling. This is what I do. I'm gonna knock another one out. Bow, bow, bow. Let's get it.